Yo, what's up, people? How's it going? It's Soundyman here with the first episode of NPC Talk. I'm joined today by Casey and Big Kahuna.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going?
That's Casey.
Oh, yeah.
And that is Kahuna.
He has like a weird problem when he talks to people. He acts like an idiot. So
For you refugees of Unicorns of the Round Table, this is the nude podcast.
Nude! We are doing this in the nude.
That's
We
why
are
this
doing
is
this
the
in
audio
the nude.
version of it. We're all naked right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've taken command of this podcast. This is a podcast of my own doing. I'm editing it. I'm putting everything together. I'll be directing it and stuff. So
Yeah, this is Soundman's baby. I can't mess it up.
We're
in any
basically
way,
his bitches for this.
yes, now I can edit out every single thing that they say. It's like this part right here.
Steel's got dildo up his ass.
Exactly. See,
No, that was
You'll see.
That was wow.
it's a real kicker.
Did you want me to say something there so you can actually edit something out?
No,
I could say something really bad right now if you want me to.
I mean, you said some stuff beforehand that.
yeah, but that doesn't count because it wasn't the podcast wasn't going.
Yeah,
so you're
but
not.
I'm you f***ing bitch. So NPC Talk mainly is about video games. Again, for all you people, for refugees of Unicorns Around Table, we'll have less about like sports bite and stuff because all that stuff was a bit strange.
Yeah, we're stripping all that out. It's like bare bones, back to the basics, right?
Yeah, back to the basics.
Hey, we did say it was nude.
Yeah, and it's nude, so we're all in our birthday suits. So let's start off with games that we've been playing so far since the last Unicorns of the Round Table, which I don't even remember when that. Well, that was Christmas, yeah. But for this, yeah, let's start talking about the stuff that we played. I'm editing right now a Dragonball Xenoverse review. That game was okay. If it wasn't Dragon Ball related, I would have hated it so much because the fighting system is so dumb. Because you just keep doing the same stuff over and over. Like, I got down to a habit of pressing, like, square 4 times, triangle twice, and then you hold down R2 and press a button. I did that every single time I hit a person.
Isn't that like any fighting game though?
Yeah.
That you just do the
Not
same
really,
button combos over and over?
In, like, Street Fighter, one of the main things is being able to, like, predict what the other person is going to do and react. Like, oh, the person is jumping. Now I hit crouch and press my, anti-air button.
Okay.
But in this game, it's just like you can't. Blocking doesn't really do anything. You can teleport behind them, but it doesn't really work if you get hit a couple times. If you hit people a couple times, it's dumb because they have this get off me kind of thing. It's like this area of attack burst that they do from like their body.
You just said get off me and then bursting, so I'm a little concerned about what the hell's going on in this game. Okay?
Remember those subtle messages we were going to talk about, Steel, at the beginning of this?
Yeah, I know, right?
If you know in like the Matrix 2 Reloaded when in like the fight inside the little thing with all the Agent Smiths when they all like pile on top of him and he does like he like stands up and like does like the fists out and it like blows all Agent Smiths off of him.
I definitely thought you said Asians. It so sounded like you said
I heard he blows all the Asian Smiths.
I'm trying my best to be
I heard him say he
professional.
busts and blows all of them. Oh my god, man. Whew. Okay, so it is Japanese, right? It's one of those sex games, it sounds like.
Yeah, seriously. Dragon Ball Z.
Basically, they have
Dragon
this
Ball Z
move that-
hentai. Have you ever seen that
They
stuff
have this
before?
move, if you're close to them, then you get hit by an attack, and it sucks. So you just stay back, and you, if you hold down circle, it does this key blast, which is like this little yellow burst thing, and there's like, it doesn't use up any power or anything. So you can just strafe and shoot that, and they don't ever do anything against you. And if they try to do anything, it just misses.
So basically the game is just played for going through the story and everything, right?
It's mostly played for fan service. Like, the story sucks. There's not really a good story.
Well, what does the fan service mean then? If the story sucks,
It's
and
just
the
like,
combat's
it's
not fun?
Goku and he's doing stuff.
Really?
That's pretty much what the fan service is.
You're not really selling me on this game now.
Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is good for you. You
It's-
rate games terribly usually.
Yeah. But I mean, if it wasn't Dragon Ball Z, it would probably be like a 4.
So it's Dragon Ball Z, but I would think there'd have to be some kind of story that holds it all together or something.
I mean,
or
there-
why not just watch the show?
The story is basically you're summoned by Trunks to be a time patroller, and someone's changing events throughout the Dragon Ball
Time
series.
Patroller.
It sounds kind of crazy.
I know,
Yeah,
it's
a little
weird.
stupid.
It's Japanese.
But it's
so-
entertaining though, right? At least it's entertaining.
I mean, I had fun playing the game. It annoyed me at times, but I enjoyed my time with it.
I'm just trying to figure out why it's a 7 out of 10 in your opinion.
Because I had a fun time playing it.
It sounds like IGN, like, you know, they kind of hate a game, but they get paid off, you know? So
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I'm not getting paid off. The only way I'm
Okay,
getting paid
okay.
off is it's my first Dragon Ball game in like years. So.
Okay.
The last time I played a Dragon Ball game was like 2008. That was Earth Special Forces. That was a Half-Life mod. They're still making the new one for that. I haven't done anything for like a long time, I swear.
Something really random, but it kind of ties this all together. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z again, like I was saying before we started recording.
Yeah.
The anime. And you know how we just talked all this, like, crazy sexual stuff?
Right.
That
I
show
cut
is
out?
really weird how they're, like, it's a kid's show, but there's, like, a lot of, like, sexual humor in it. And, like, Master Roshi's, like, the most perverted dude ever.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
expecting to realize all that going through and watching it now.
Am I the
when I'm
only
older.
person that used to think he was Master Yoshi?
Master Yoshi.
That's because you're an idiot.
No, when I was a kid, I always called him Master Yoshi until I was like in 6th grade.
I could see that.
and then-
I could see that.
Well, even in the intro song for the show, Bulma, like, it zooms in on her breast and then it zooms it out as they're riding a motorcycle or something. Like, I was like, what the hell? I did not remember all that from when I was a kid.
It is Japanese.
Yeah, it was just weird. It was a weird shock to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japanese have a lot of weird
have you ever
like shit like that, and then they'll just then they blur out the genitals in their porn, which is retarded.
Well, they have to. Yeah, you got it.
That's actually a law that you have to.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But like, they have all this sexual stuff like in like normal shit, and then you can't like show genitals in their porn.
That's
It's
all,
kinda weird.
that's all the tentacle stuff because I can't actually show penises, so they made use tentacles. Figured me to know something like that, but
Of course, that man knows.
but yeah, I did watch Battle of the Gods recently, which I hadn't watched by the time I started Dragon Ball Xenoverse. But it was okay. Again, it's like good as like fan service, but
Hey,
it's
Sam,
not really. It's not really. What's up?
I thought this was a video game podcast.
Well, it is a video game. We're talking about Dragon Ball, sort of.
We're tying it all together.
Yeah,
today,
it's all about
Kahuna.
Xenoverse. So we're
The whole
yeah.
game is basically about a show, so you know.
Yeah, so you gotta talk about the show a bit. I mean, Battle of the Gods. If you ever watched it, there's a new one that's coming out this winter. But the original one, it was kind of boring. I don't know.
Wait, this winter or next winter?
This winter.
Winter's over in like 4 days.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. December.
This. Oh, the winter coming up.
Technically, it's not winter until
Okay, okay.
21st of December.
That's a good point.
Well, I mean, it's still coming out like at the end of December, I think.
Oh, is it the end of December?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's at the end of fall.
I don't know. I was guessing. Maybe it's like November or something.
Well,
But
that'd be fall.
it doesn't really matter that much.
I thought you meant like next month or something. It's
Yeah.
coming out.
No.
I was
not
like,
that
that's
early.
spring, bitch, even though it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I mean, Battle of Gods. It feels like that just came out, but apparently it came out like 2 years ago now. So
Red Wolf told me that it's coming out in like 2 to 4 months, but I guess
I don't think so.
I
thought
don't
it
know
was
if he
coming out
knows
like
what he's
November.
talking about.
Let me search it up real quick. It is April 18th. It's coming out.
I told you. So what the fuck
Wow.
you get November
But-
from?
But the dub version is going to be coming out like October or something.
So both of them aren't in winter at all.
Yeah.
You picked two different.
I saw
seasons.
something like November or December, but I guess not.
You had like a good chance to guess one of those seasons correctly. You got them both wrong. Swing and a
guess
miss.
so.
Yeah. Okay, well that's
Okay, so that's
Xenoblade.
enough of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It was an okay game if you like Dragon Ball, but if you don't like Dragon Ball, you're not gonna really like it.
What other games have you played recently, Sam, man?
Thank you for that setup.
That was a
Kahuna.
beautiful transition.
The games I have been playing recently have included Kerbal Space Program, City Skylines, and various others.
And
Well,
various
since
others.
Kerbal's really old, you don't need to talk about that, right?
Yeah, I don't need to talk.
But Cities is new.
City Skylines, that just came out the 10th or whatever, day before my anniversary.
That sounded so weird. I was like, anniversary of what? And I was like, oh yeah. Now
Yeah, I
remember.
have a
Oh, yeah.
girlfriend.
I forgot about that.
I was seeing all these people say stuff about it on Reddit, and I was, and it got me interested because I like Tropico and games like that.
It's just a city building game, right?
Yeah, it's just a city building game. There's like no storylines or anything. It's just all sandbox.
It's basically SimCity,
Which is
right?
I think it's kind of disappointing because I like Tropico and where it had like a storyline, or like Banished where you knew what you had to do.
Well, I've
Like-
also heard that
Isn't it like
there's.
SimCity?
I never played SimCity.
You like city building games and never played SimCity.
I
That's
know
crazy.
it's bad to say, but I've never actually played SimCity.
I heard like a lot of people enjoy it, you know, a couple times making their cities, and then it kind of gets boring because there's nothing to do then afterwards. Like there's no natural disasters or anything like that.
That was
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
part of
City.
SimCity is blowing everything up.
Right.
Yeah, like having tsunami or something would be awesome.
And nothing like that happens in this game. So
I know I haven't really played it too much. I've only played like 2 or 3 hours, but it is kind of slowing down for my enjoyment of playing it. I'm like, okay, I'm still doing all my stuff. I got this new building. Yay.
Okay, I will definitely not be getting this then.
I mean, there's nothing really to hold me down because I'm not really huge into like, oh, I got to make this huge city and it's gonna be amazing and stuff. I mean, if you're into that stuff, like there's people who like recreated Los Santos or whatever. That guy was cool. Crazy. He recreated the entire level. I mean, if you're interested in doing stuff like that, it would be a great game. But I mean, I'm not sure what I went in thinking it would be like, but it's not worth $30.
Well, you know a game that did come out this week that's cheaper and it's way better than that game?
No.
It's called Reign of Kings. Have you heard of this, either of you?
I heard you playing it, and I saw someone else my friend was playing it.
Okay, Reign of Kings, guys, is fucking awesome, and you guys should get it, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the quick rundown. It's an open world game. I know you've heard that before. But it's not post-apocalyptic. Well, it's a multiplayer game as well. An open-world multiplayer game.
So it's kind of like DayZ then?
No, it's not. It's not post-apocalyptic. There's no zombies. It takes place in medieval times.
But it's still like open world like that with people.
Yes, it's open world like DayZ or H1Z1, like one of those games.
It's like Rust?
Yeah, it's exactly like Rust with like Minecraft and DayZ, but it takes place in medieval times. And it has like a Game of Thrones kind of like vibe sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing that separates this from those games, there's like a gimmick basically. There's a giant castle on the map, and it's actually really cool, like architecture and everything. It has like a giant bridge you have to go through to get to it. And once you get into the castle, there's a throne. And if you sit on the throne for like a minute and a half, there's like a bar that will fill up, you become king of that server basically, and you get this cool ass fucking sword and any items that anyone like if they cut down trees and they get wood and stuff like that, any supplies like that, you get part of that, and you can like raise taxes to get more supplies from all the people on the server. And yeah, so we were playing the other day.
Holy shit, you can chop off people's heads?
You can chop off people's heads, you can torture people, hang people, there's guillotines. The other night we were playing on a server, there was a guy called Mel Gibson, and he was the king, and he was a fucking giant asshole. He had like, him and like 9 other people were running the whole server pretty much. They all were decked out in all metal armor and everything, which is hard to get. You start off in like a loincloth with a club. You're like a barbarian. So these guys were all decked out with all this stuff, and they were all protecting the entrance to get across the bridge to the castle. They like built up this giant wall with you can build stuff like in Minecraft or whatever. So they had this giant wall, and they had a hanging station right there and a guillotine. And if you would come up there to them, like I went up there and asked them for food, and they're like, yes, you weary traveler, you can have some food. So they threw some food down to me from the giant wall they were standing on, and I started eating, and then they said, we were just trying to fatten you up before we murder you. And then they started chasing me around. One guy tied me up with a rope while the other guy was stabbing me slowly, but he was taking apart body parts really slowly on
Jesus.
me, making me suffer. And he was saying, you must say that you hail the king, King Mel Gibson, you bow to him. And I was like, I will not say that, fuck Mel Gibson, he's a dick king, I hate him, he's evil. So then he would just torture me even more slowly slowly.
Did you scream out freedom as you were dying?
Yes, pretty much, yeah. Like it was like Theon Greyjoy torture they were doing to me. It was crazy. And then eventually they ended up getting tired of torturing me slowly, and then they ended up killing me. But then I found a bunch of new players that were basically spawning in there.
How'd they kill you?
He cut my head off.
As you do.
But I found a bunch of these new characters and new spawns, basically, and was telling them about this evil king that ruled this server. So we kind of tried to revolt against him. We had, like, maybe 15 people go up and storm the entrance of the castle. Some of us got close to, like, making it in there. But, I mean, they were decked out in so much good weaponry that while I was playing, we didn't overthrow Mel Gibson, which sucked. But it was, like, super cool. It was, like, a crazy new experience in this open-world genre type of game. And it's a lot of fun. It's really buggy right now. It's early access, so some of the servers
free, or
lag.
you have to pay money for it?
Oh, it's $20. Early access. Some servers run like garbage, but if you get into one that's like 60 FPS, it's running smooth. It's really cool. It has like a ton of in-depth crafting you could do in building, and it's kind of like Rust, how there's cities, but instead of having areas where you can't go because of radiation, it has cities that you can kind of get into, but there's plague in there. So it's like a risk-reward thing. Like, you'll get sick and get the plague if you go into it, but you can also find like really good items and maps and stuff to craft new things. So it's a whole risk reward thing. So it's really cool. It's gonna be good eventually, like really good once they get all the bugs worked out and everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, looking at it, it reminds me of a lot of Rust, even though I actually haven't played that game.
It looks a lot graphically like Rust, and
I hear one of the big issues that was with Rust was like hackers. They would come into the servers and pretty much just take over the server. So it sounds like they just kind of ran with that, just being able to take over a server as like a king and stuff.
yeah, it's just a whole new dynamic
really cool
in that kind of thing. Yeah, it's cool. And also, the last thing, the character creation in it is the best part about the game, actually, and I forgot to talk about that. You can make, like, the most deformed-looking characters ever. Like, me and Red Wolf, I made a guy with, like, maybe 3-foot wide feet, and he looked like a dinosaur with, like, his legs and thighs. He was ginormous. And his ass, you can make his ass like puff out, kind of like Saints Row. But then I made him with these tiny little like T-Rex looking arms, and it looked like he couldn't even pick up like a club. Like he looked like a malnourished baby basically with these arms.
Malnourished baby.
Yeah, but it was like the funniest shit ever because you can play in third person. You're watching these fucking crazy looking dudes run around. It's cool. It's really funny.
Yeah, it does look like a good game. I might have to play that.
It's fun, man. My friend yesterday was playing and trying to get me on there because apparently they were having a big revolt against some king on the server, and they had like 20-some people ready to battle. They were all just lined up, ready to storm the castle. So, I mean, it's a really cool take on that kind of game.
How many servers are there? Or is it just like separate servers, like Counter-Strike or something?
Well, it's like DayZ, like, there's probably a few hundred different servers of like 50-man servers,
Oh, okay.
The throne reminds me of the Game of
Thrones.
Yeah, it's like
it's
big,
got the wings and stuff.
Yep.
It's like dark and not like a golden throne you see in like a lot of places.
Yeah, you might, if like you're not really into these kind of games, you might want to wait a little bit for it to get patched, because like I said, there is some really dumb early access bugs, but overall the core game is
like
really
game
cool.
breaking or just annoying.
Well, if you get into a server that runs like shit, then it's game breaking because then you can't. It's not fun to play then, if it runs at like 12 FPS, which a couple of the servers I played on were like that.
Is that kind of the server's fault, not the game's?
Well, I think it's the game servers are just,
Are the game servers hosted by just people, or is it
No,
just,
they're not hosted by
official?
people. They're official servers.
Oh, okay.
So.
Huh. That looks pretty good. Thanks for telling me about that, actually.
There you go. Reign of Kings. It's fun, man.
I have
Some
no
of the
money, but
funniest
I'll probably
stuff.
eventually get it.
Some of the funniest stuff that I ever did in gaming happened when I was playing. Like, me and Red Wolf were just breakdancing with these deformed-looking guys for, like, 20 minutes in this pool of blood. And then some guys tried to start a fight with us, so we were throwing spears at them, and Red started hitting me in, like, the ass with spears on accident. It's just all this dumb, random fun shit is happening.
He seems to get into friendly fire a lot, accidentally.
Who, me?
No, Red Wolf. He seems
No,
to always...
he hit me, though, in the ass.
I know, no, he
spears.
usually... It seems like he always hits somebody accidentally, like friendly fire-wise.
Yeah.
He seems to
Yeah,
do that a lot.
accidentally. With,
He has that Canadian aim, They don't play sports over there, so.
They do it just called hockey.
Yeah, but you don't throw shit in it, so.
Finger quotes accidentally.
Yeah, for real.
So what, have you
So-
played anything else, Steel?
Other than that, pretty much all I've been playing is H1Z1, which is the best game of this year. Zombie survival game. It's kind of old. You guys all, everyone listening knows. Yeah, it's early access, but it's so much fun. Battle Royale on there, amazing.
I prefer
And
DayZ.
I did, the only other new thing I played was Ollie Ollie 2, which came out like last week,
Yeah.
I think. It's a free PlayStation Plus game this month. And I don't really like that game. I'm not good at doing tricks and stuff on there. It's a skateboarding game. If you don't know what Ollie Ollie is, it's like a 2D side-scroller skateboarding game that a lot of people like. Like, it got really amazing review scores. I think IGN, like, sucked its dick. And,
I didn't really like Ollie Ollie.
I just don't like how before you land, like, you do tricks, and then before you land each one, you have to hit X, and you have to time it right before you land. I just can't. My brain and hands don't work that way. I couldn't tie anything together.
Have you played a lot of skating games?
Oh, I played so much Tony Hawk back in the day.
Yeah, me too. I used
so
to love
much.
American Wasteland.
I never played that one. I played 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like die hard all of those games.
What was that urban one? I forget what that was.
I don't know. That's when they started getting crazy, and that's when I started losing
I like the
interest.
Skate series. I think I like Skate more than Tony Hawk.
I do like Skate a lot too. Skating and Skate is just so much fun.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Ollie Ollie 2.
Yeah, that's the only other newish thing that might be relevant to talk about that I played. If you like LA1, I'm sure you'll like it, but I just don't like that game very much.
I just want to go back real quick to Reign of Kings because I'm watching the video on Steam, and there's one scene where there's the king who looks like a Joffrey dude shooting a crossbow at an unarmed naked dude standing against a wall.
Yeah.
It just reminded me just like Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Well, right by the throne room, there's also a giant pit that you can throw people into with a bear in it.
Can you build your own castle?
You can build. I mean, it won't look like the in-game one. The in-game one, has really nice architecture. It looks pretty beautiful, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The castle in-game is actually really cool because it's modeled after like a giant king. Like it almost looks like a knight in armor, sort of, with a crown. And like the bridge you cross is his sword that's kind of like angled down, and you're running on a giant sword. So from a distance, it looks kind of crazy. Like it's really cool. I never saw that before. But I mean, you can make giant buildings and stuff. It wouldn't look obviously as nice as that castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you have to build up like big walls. Like if you want to get over this wall these guys made, like you have to make ladders or you have to make staircases and your
Siege
own walls.
equipment.
Yeah, you have to
there was
make
siege
stuff to
equipment
jump
in the
up
video,
it.
Like there was like the
There's stuff to knock down walls. Yeah,
catapults and stuff. Yeah.
there's like a Rog in Lord of the Rings, like a big battling ram to knock stuff down. It's cool.
Yeah, we had to play that sometime if we all get it.
I just gotta wait for money.
I'll be playing a bunch. I was already playing a bunch this week. It's fun.
I probably played off your account as well, which would be pretty good.
You can play it on my account when I'm not on. You'll just be playing by yourself then, though.
That's fine. Well, I mean, I'll be playing with other people online.
Red got it too, so. I was
Pretty
playing
cool.
with him. Yeah.
How about you, Kahuna? What have you played since Christmas?
Well, I played a bunch of stuff. Nothing too new. I mean, I played H1Z1, which was okay. I mean, it was. I'm not. It was good. Just I wasn't as into it as Steel was. It just doesn't look as good, and it just seems like everything
looks great.
Everything looks the same,
No, it doesn't.
and it just seems really generic.
Oh my god, you're dumb.
And the battle royale in that, I definitely prefer Arma 3's battle royale. It's more fun, I think.
H1Z1's better simply because it runs so amazing. Like, you can get like 200 FPS playing that game, and in Arma 3 you get like 12.
You don't get 12. You're thinking of DayZ. You get like 30 in Arma 3.
Yeah, 30 compared to like 200. It just runs so amazingly. It's so much fun to play because it's such tight gameplay, and it's like a smooth little baby butt.
Yeah, that's
that you
all
get
right.
to play.
Like I said, it's a good game, and a lot of people like it. I mean, it's just not my preference.
He's a hater.
I've been playing some older stuff too, like Assassin's Creed Unity, which I think is a severely underrated game and might be my game of the year from last year because it's really fun, especially after they patched all the frame rate issues. I'm not having any of that crap. That like the disappearing faces, I haven't had any of that. The frame rate is fine, but yeah, that's a fun game. The story's but I love the time period of the French Revolution, so might be a little biased on that.
Whoa, spoiler, man.
Spoiler, sorry. And I've been playing Far Cry 4, which is okay. It's basically Far Cry 3, but with souped up graphics and takes place in the mountains. Now they ain't changed that much.
Do they use a flight suit a lot more now that you're in the mountains?
Yeah, you can literally buy the flight suit like right away.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's expensive, but you can literally buy it, like it's unlocked.
And
for you
the
right
third
away.
one, you didn't get until like halfway through the game.
Oh yeah, you didn't get it until like you were going to the other island, the
Yeah.
second island, because he was flying you, and then he's like, use this flight suit, it'll get you there fast or whatever. But I mean, it's fun, and they have a new like mechanic in it, which is kind of cool. It's a rock climbing mechanic to help you navigate some of the mountains. You can only use it in certain places, like you'll see like a grappling hook, and you can latch onto that and do it there. But it's still like a nice little change of pace than from what like it's been. The one thing I was disappointed about though was that they were like all souping up how much they were going to make an evil guy even better than Vass was, or whatever the hell his name was.
Right, yeah.
And
that Mohawk dude.
I've only seen him like in the first cutscene. You don't see, and he talks to you like once every couple missions by cell phone for like 30 seconds tops.
He doesn't look very scary either. He looks like a metrosexual like dancer or something.
Yeah, he looks like a metrosexual Asian with like blonde hair. It's like
Voss wasn't even that good anyway. I don't know why he gets such a huge.
It was still cool though. Like I don't know. It was just sort of like one of those guys you don't expect. Like you don't know what he's gonna do. He's very like
He's a loose cannon who doesn't play by the rules.
yeah. Yeah, he's a loose cannon. This guy, I mean, he's still like kind of a loose cannon, but you just don't see him that much. And I feel like they're wasting Troy Baker in this because he don't like literally. I think I read his stats where he has like literally like 8 minutes of lines in the whole game.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Drive.
That's what I thought exactly before that game came out. That's why I thought, like, yeah, that game looks exactly like a skinned Far Cry 3, and that's why I didn't want to play it.
I mean, it's good, and I'd definitely put time into it. It's just,
but if you don't like Far Cry 3, you're not going to really like it,
I love
right?
Far Cry 3, so I do like
I'm just saying, if you don't like Far Cry 3, I thought was way overrated.
Ubisoft has a really bad track record with like lying about stuff during E3 anyway.
Yeah.
I've seen all that stuff, like the video comparisons of locations.
Yeah, like in Watch Dogs, how that reveal
Yeah.
looks so much better than the actual.
I know,
end
it was
product.
amazing. I remember doing that mission in Watch Dogs. I was like, this looks nothing like it.
Exactly.
And then I searched it up, and they were showing like Far Cry 3 whenever they were doing that. It was a lot more jungly and stuff when they were assaulting one base compared to what it was like.
They know how to pimp out their stuff at like events.
Remember
and
Assassin's
then...
Creed Unity when they first announced it? It was all about the co-op and stuff
so
and
cool.
how awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, the co-op is fun when you do like, but certain missions are just blah. Like, there's some missions that are really fun, but
yeah, I was so excited for that, but I'm done with that franchise.
I
now, man.
didn't really like Unity.
Blah.
I mean, they didn't know what to do right after Desmond, kick the bucket.
Yeah,
they should have let me be starring in it.
Spoilers.
They definitely ruined the modern day story by having him kick the bucket.
Now they have no one to pick it up.
Yeah.
Well, I like in Black Flag kind of how it was, how you were just like yourself almost. I like that.
You're
actually.
kind of that
cool.
in Unity too, but it's stupid how you
Yeah, they didn't do it good in Unity, but
Yeah.
in Black Flag it was fun because you know the people that worked with Desmond were working with you, and there was like a mysterious thing going on. Like that was cool. I thought.
Yeah. I'd
But
like
in Unity
that too.
they let the ball down.
What I think they should do soon is have you be a new recruit in the modern day assassins and use an animus to train, and you could basically make this recruit your own self. Like you could do stats and stuff. Make it sort of like an RPG sort of thing, where you create your own assassin basically, and you build them up.
Like Brotherhood.
Kind of, but you're not Ezio. You're playing as yourself.
I got a way better idea. Why don't they make a new fucking franchise instead of Assassin's Creed 75?
How many Assassin's Creed have they made now? 6?
It's like
Let's see,
8.
1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, and then Black Flag,
The Vita one, Liberation.
the Vita one,
Well, I mean,
Unity,
Rogue,
and Rogue. So that's 9 right there.
Yeah, 9.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, and what have they done? Like, really,
They're all the same thing, basically.
I know. I still like how the game plays, and I like the elements that they have. It's just they're not really doing anything else interesting with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shadow of Mordor is really good because it still had the same kind of elements from Assassin's Creed.
What they need to do is go to a completely different time frame that incorporates. That's not like swords. Like Cold War era would be great for that. I think.
Well, why don't they just make a new franchise? I'm kind of tired of it. Like you're getting in the Animus to do it. Why don't you just make a really cool game that takes place in the Cold War or in the Egyptian pyramid time or something like that? Why don't you just do that? It doesn't have to be Assassin's Creed.
In this day and age, AAA franchises like to just come out with annual games.
Well, I know, and they sell a ton every time. It's just like
They do.
It's just like you made Watch Dogs. You tried something new there, but it was the same exact thing basically.
I mean, Prince of Persia, it didn't have amazing storyline. It's very strange, but at least it only lasted 3 fucking games.
Right. I mean, I'm just burnt out on it. I think a lot of people are like, I judge that kind of thing by my my one cousin who he plays all the mainstream stuff. He'd be like what you would call like the dude bro gamer,
Yeah,
like the
like
Call
a
of
frat
Duty
boy.
and
Yeah.
like the Call of Duty Madden guy. And like for years he'd play the Assassin's Creed games, and then this was like the first year where he was like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of them, So once that starts happening and those people stop playing it, then it's
That's
kinda,
probably going to happen. That's what's happening to Call of Duty now. Is people are starting to.
Yeah, like he skipped that too. I think he might have got the newest one. But
I know I'm saying all this shit, but I'm still gonna play the new one when it comes out.
I might. Like I rented this one and
might.
played it for a few hours, and then I was done with it.
I mean, I heard the next one takes place in England during Victorian times, and
No, I'm
that
tired of
timeline just does. I mean, it's literally going to be like the French Revolution, except boring because there's not going to be any death. There's no.
Put us in
guillotines, it's gonna be
Egypt,
shit.
man. Egypt.
We should go to Japan, I swear. I
Or
know
Japan.
Liberation.
Or
Japan's
the
been
Vikings,
done
man. The
so much,
Vikings.
I,
Do the Viking
I,
period.
I know,
Sick.
yeah, the
Cold
Vikings
War.
would be really cool.
Cold
That'd be
War
awesome.
would be cool.
And actually, the Vikings would be set out perfectly for that kind of thing.
Yeah, just have like Ice Thrommen the Destructor and
But
shit.
why don't they just make a cool Vikings game? It doesn't even have to be Assassin's Creed. Just fucking
I
make
know,
a cool
exactly.
Viking game.
I mean, there was that Vikings battle of
Yeah.
something. That was really bad.
Redguard or yeah.
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 What other Viking games? Oh, Lost Vikings was really good.
Oh,
that was Blizzard, right?
Yeah, it was Blizzard.
Yeah.
That's like the 8-bit game, right?
That was
Yeah.
like their first game, big game.
32-bit, I think, or 16-bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on SNES. I remember playing that as a kid. That was fun.
There's a really cool Viking TV show out right now. It's really good on History Channel.
Mhm.
It's called Vikings. I think that's all it's called, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like that Deadliest Warrior or whatever?
No, it's
it's
an
a
actual
story,
like
yeah.
Game of Thrones story-based show.
Oh, okay.
It's really
It
good.
just doesn't have the as much blood and doesn't have tits in it because it's on it's not on HBO. It's on.
I think there's some tits in it on like the DVD version.
Yeah, but you only get to see it on TV though. I mean.
Correct, because it's a History Channel show.
Yeah.
I'm glad that 300 brought us all of this kind of stuff. And like Lord of the Rings, if you want to go further back.
Yeah, well, Lord of the Rings was definitely more like kiddie
PG.
friendly too. Yeah, like PG-ish. But yeah, like
I mean, I wouldn't take a kid to Lord of the Rings, but it was still. You could be under.
I saw them all when I was a kid,
Like how old though?
like 10.
Yeah, I'm talking about like 7 or 8.
My little brother's seen it. He's that age. I think
Because-
it's fine for that age.
Because if you look at like 300 and then you watch like Spartacus, which came out not too
Oh,
long
yeah.
afterwards,
Yeah.
Spartacus had a lot of elements from like 300. You can
Yeah.
see like
Oh yeah, a
just
lot of
just
sex,
like
a lot
the-
of blood.
all the tinting and stuff and everything. It just had like a feel of 300, and then people like kind of went off of Spartacus, seeing how popular that was.
All the Game of Thrones books too back, because that was even before all that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Game of
That
Game
probably
of Thrones
helps.
came out in like the 80s and 90s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this
Oh, real
I'm
quick.
glad the
Talking
time that
about
we're living in. What's up?
talking about Game of Thrones. I've been playing that when those episodes come out. I think that's new.
Right, yeah. Episode 2 is out right now, right?
Yeah, I think episode 1 and 2 both came out since Christmas. I'm not sure though. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, just still talk about it.
They're
I
really
still
good.
play
I
it.
mean, it's just
No spoilers, I
Telltale.
haven't played it yet.
Telltale knows what they're doing with that kind of. It's the same thing as Walking Dead. It's basically Walking Dead skinned with Game of Thrones.
I still haven't played season
Are
2.
there tits in it?
No, there's no tits in it so far,
That's
which
not
kind of
Game-
sucks.
That's not Game of Thrones then.
I know. I've been kind of disappointed, but that
I'm
art
excited
style,
to see Cersei's tits in the new season.
it's a little toned down than the show, which sucks. Like even violence wise, but it is gory and it has the whole shocking like, oh my god, did that just happen? Like Game of Thrones.
Because
thing.
it takes place away from the main aisles. It's on what?
Well, sort of. It
Iron-
takes place. It takes place when the blood or the red wedding happens. That's when it takes place during the time period. And then
Okay.
you're playing as Bannerman to the Starks. They're not mentioned in the TV show. I don't know if they just made them up in this game or if they're in
I think
the
they
books.
did just make him up.
They're called the Foresters, I believe. And
no
yeah,
spoilers.
but basically, I'm not spoiling anything, but basically, like you get to see a lot of the main characters. The Foresters, of course, conveniently have a bunch of family members that, like, one's at King's Landing with Tyrion and Sansa and all that, and then one is
Just
going
by
to the
happenstance.
wall. Yeah, but that's cool because then you get to see Jon Snow and all those people, and yeah, so it's a good game. It's typical Telltale adventure game.
Talking about medieval stuff, I've also been playing Besiege.
I've heard a lot about that.
That came out recently. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about that.
Yeah.
A bunch of GIFs on Reddit. I've played Besiege for like 8 minutes or something, I think.
What? 8 minutes only?
I got through like 5 levels in 8 minutes.
Wow.
I'm not
What
sure how
is-
many
what
levels
is it
there are,
like?
but-
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
It's like it's kind of a you build your little vehicle to take out this little like house or something that
Is
they
it like
task
2D,
you to do.
3D, or?
Well,
It's 3D.
it's
okay.
kind of like I don't know. I never played Besiege, but isn't it kind of like Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts, sort of? Like you're
I never
making
played
cars like that. There's lots of little pieces to make your vehicles and
Yeah,
stuff, right?
since I'm playing Kerbal Space Program a lot recently, it kind of reminds me of that.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
you take your little multiple elements, like I put this brick here, and then I put like a little pivot point, and then you put your wheel on there, then you got this wheel that you could turn, and then like the first level is just you need to move your vehicle to run over this house.
So you just
but-
have to make a vehicle that can move.
Yeah, just make
Okay.
a vehicle move. Then the next one, there's like you have to go at an angle because there's like mines in front of you. You have to like slalom around them.
So you got
have it-
stuff that can make it turn. And,
Yeah, so you gotta make stuff that makes it like turn and move, and then you have like ones where you just kind of like you gotta smack out a couple things out of the way. Then you're getting shot at by arrows. It's really fun. It's like a physics building kind of thing.
Dude, Banjo Nuts and Bolts was the shit back in the day. Me and Kahuna, we were like grown men playing that stuff. It was like the same thing.
Demo.
No, we ended up buying the game.
I didn't buy it.
I bought it. I played so much with like our gamer crew back then, dude. That game was awesome, and it was the same thing. You would, that's what Besiege reminded me of, all that building and stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I had to play it some more though.
Cool.
Cool.
I might get it.
Cool.
It's real cheap too on Steam. It's like $7.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap right now. I think it's still in alpha.
Early access
so.
or yeah.
Yeah, early access.
Speaking of medieval, though, I've been playing Dragon Age Origins to try and get to Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like
gonna skip
50
Dragon
hours.
Age 2?
Dragon Age Origins, though, was first.
Yeah,
No,
I know,
but are you gonna skip to?
No, I'm going to play 2. I'm doing
God.
it for the story so I get the story down and stuff.
You need to rest. Good God, I hate Dragon Age 2 so much. I have that. One of the first reviews that I really enjoyed that I made back in 2011 was about how bad Dragon Age 2 is.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too.
You should send that to IGNs. Maybe they'll hire you if they see that.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm actually writing like a top 10 RPG series thing right now, and I put the Dragon Age series into an honorary mention because I couldn't put it into like top 10 because of Dragon Age 2, how bad that was.
Damn. Did you ever play Inquisition?
Inquisition, yeah. I rented it from Gamefly and I was playing it and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it, so I paid like $40 for it and I kept it.
Did you beat it?
I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm getting close. I'm close to the end. I didn't want to like it to end. So I was like waiting a long time to do the story
dragging
missions.
it out.
Yeah, I was dragging it out as long as I can because like this game is awesome, etc., etc.
Yeah, that must be a kick-ass game then.
It was, and I mean, for the longest time, I was against playing RPGs on consoles because I like have like my keyboards and my hotkeys and everything like that. Like back when I played like Dungeon Siege and Diablo and stuff. But then I've been playing RPGs on PS4, like Diablo 3. I played Reaper of Souls on there. That was fun. And Dragon Age Inquisition actually works really well on it.
Yeah, I remember you saying, "Oh no, I want to get it on PC." I remember you saying that, but yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but I had a really good time playing that. I still need to finish it though. But I've gotten caught up in other stuff like Xenoverse and yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. I'm not a huge fan of the combat in Origins though.
Yeah, because you got to pause everything, and it's old ass school dumb shit that I hate.
So I was fine with that because that reminds me of like games like that where you have to like be a tactician and pause like the battle.
Yeah, but
so you can like, I want to send my guys here and here.
It's just taking forever. Like I wouldn't mind it if I wasn't trying to blast through the game as fast as possible, but like I had to take my time and think stuff, and it's just like I just want to beat this game so I can get to 2 and then Inquisition. But
How many hours are you at right now?
I will check right now. I am at 59.
Damn.
The good thing about Dragon Age 2 was that it improved the battle system.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It made it a lot more fluid.
It's like God of War, isn't it? Isn't it like just arcadey combat?
No, not in Dragon Age 2. In Dragon Age 3, it kind of is. But you also have a stamina meter and stuff, so you can't just be mashing out your specials.
Is Dragon Age 2 combat different on console? Because I thought on console it is. It's just like hack and
I'm not
slash.
sure, actually. I never played Dragon Age 2 on console.
What's it
I
like
might be
in
wrong,
PC?
but I thought on console it's like hack and slashy.
What's it on PC then?
On PC, it was pretty much the same as Dragon Age Origins, except you didn't have to pause as much. And like whenever you did your magic spells, instead of him just like kind of thrusting his staff forward every now and then, he actually like had movements.
Oh, so Kahuna was looking forward to the arcadey combat. Now he's like, damn it.
Dragon Age
luckily
Inquisition is more arcadey.
Luckily, Dragon Age 2 is like apparently really,
Shorter.
really short, so yeah.
Yeah, it is. Also, it doesn't really have that good a storyline. You can really skip it because Dragon Age Inquisition has this thing where you can like if you play it on PC the first 2 and then you play on console, you can transfer your stuff by just saying what you did on the website.
Yeah, it's like what Mass Effect did.
Yeah, you could choose every single little minute detail that you made that you didn't even know would like affect
I'm gonna have
anything.
to do it anyways because I got the PS4 version of Dragon Age Inquisition. But,
yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want to go to Lothering because I heard it starts off in Lothering as it's being invaded. And I tried doing that in Origins, like going back there, and you won't let you go back there after it's been invaded. I was like, fuck, I want to see what the fuck they did, you know? I want to see.
But they destroyed everything.
I know, that's why I wanted to see it. I wanted to see the burnt bodies.
I think the
and
Darkspawn was still just occupying that area. So, I mean, they're coming out from like that area. So,
I remember
die.
when the second one came out, there was like a small group of people that really did like it for some reason. So I know Soundman hated it, but yeah, I know a majority of message board people hate it too.
Yeah, like on NeoGAF,
it's because
they bitch about it all the time.
What I really like about Dragon Age Origins was like the nice little layout of everything looked like it was coffee stained and like medieval maps and stuff like that. But then Dragon Age fucking 2, all it had was like gradients for everything.
Why would the medieval maps be coffee stained? Did they have coffee back then?
Well, you know what I mean. It just looks like it's it's
Like
kind of
Starbucks
all like
was.
it's old and yellowed and like
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
it has that nice smell and has like blood drips
the
and stuff all
old-fashioned
over
look,
it.
yeah.
But
Smell musky.
Dragon
Like
Age
Kahuna's
2.
mom. Whoa! Okay, sorry.
Dragon Age 2, the whole user interface is just nasty. It's just like gradients and like weird, nasty, like golden glows around everything, and everything's brown. And
That's
really
why I think Kahuna might like it, because I don't think he would give a shit about that kind of thing at all.
But the story was also bad anyway. Like at the beginning of the game, they remove one of your characters until the end. It's dumb.
I remember this one guy, Jeff Kanata. He's like a big online personality kind of thing, podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about how he was playing as like a gay character through it, and how it was one of the best gaming experiences he ever had.
I mean, you can do that in Mass Effect, so.
But I mean, like the random like characters and things that would happen as a gay character, he said it all like blended together amazingly. So maybe that's the secret to having a good time at that game. You have to be a gay guy.
I know. And also, at the end of Dragon Age 2, I played it before all the DLC had come out, I think. And like right after the end, you can't do anything. You're just stuck inside your home, waiting for DLC to be released.
Can you do that in Dragon Age Origins? Can you move around?
Yeah, you can still go places in Dragon Age Origins. Like you can revisit places and stuff, but you can't really revisit anywhere in Dragon Age 2.
Spoilers, you don't die at the end of Dragon Age Origins, apparently.
Well, I mean, it depends on your choices.
Oh.
So, yeah, Dragon Age 2 is just, I don't know, you had to keep revisiting the same location over and over. There's this one like kind of like hub location that like you had to go to like a different cave to go to a different mission. But like the map would always be reset, so you'd always have to rediscover everything again.
I heard about that. Yeah,
It was so dumb. I don't know why they would do that. It was just a really badly designed game.
One thing with
There's so much they
Origins
could have done
that
better.
I don't like is that it just seems like that some of the places you go to takes they go on too long. Like you're there too long. Like the Mage Tower, holy fuck! I was ready for that to be done. And then they make you go into a dream sequence that took another fucking several hours to beat. I was like, are you shitting me? It was like, some of these places, they just take forever to beat, and...
I do think Inquisition is betterly paced.
Yeah, well, I don't know, and like, the Forest took way too long. I've only done one of the story sections. I'm trying to do all the side stuff first so I can make sure I'm leveled up enough. But it's just like, fuck. Some of these things just take way too long to beat.
Also, something else I found disappointing about Dragon Age 2 is how you couldn't choose armor for your companions. You couldn't like mix and match armor. You couldn't pick up stuff off of dead people, really.
Yeah.
And you couldn't use your large health potion has like a timer to use it again. So like what I would do, I would take
and
yeah.
Origins too.
Yeah, I know exactly. But they don't have it in Dragon Age 2. Is what I'm saying. Like how you'd be able to like click on like that large potion in Origins, and then like, oh, I gotta take a medium one. Now I can take a small one, and then by the time like the large one will be back. But you can't do that in Dragon Age 2. You have like one potion. That's it. You have a little button for potion down at the bottom right. There's no large, medium, whatever. You click it in potion, and then you can't take anything else.
I don't even use potions that much. I just have a healer.
Recharge. I don't know if you're like a melee kind of guy. I always took a lot of damage.
I do, but my guy's a tank, and then I play basically like you play an MMO. You have one tank, 2 DPS, and a healer. So I tank. I have my main character tank. I have Wynn as my healer, who literally just heals stuff, and then I have Liliana and Morgan as my DPS. I play like an MMO. I thought that's the way you're supposed to play it.
I don't know. I just think it was kind of like a missed opportunity that they had going on there. Like here, let me send you guys these two over Skype. These are 2 screenshots I took from comparing Dragon Age and Origins and Dragon Age 2. It's like if just look at the user interface. I swear, it's just such a sharp decline. It's like they simplified it so much for consoles. I just hate Dragon Age 2 so much.
It's like your Assassin's Creed 3 for me.
Exactly. And see, Assassin's Creed 3, I didn't find it to be that bad.
I do see what you're saying about the interface, but like at least the health and stamina and shit looks kind of retarded. But
You guys love using that word. IGN.com, everybody.
Coming soon to IGN NPC Talk.
All right, well, I don't give a shit about either of these Origin games, these fucking stupid shits that I don't like, these Dragon Age games, so...
You ever play Inquisition?
No, but...
You would like Inquisition. Inquisition is more
I probably would,
game.
but I don't want to just play the last one of the series. And also, I've watched some people playing it, man. It's real long, and it just...
Well, yeah, you play really long games. Fallout 3, Skyrim.
I like those kind of games. I don't think I would like Dragon Age after a while. Like, it's too linear. Even though it's an open world, there's not enough of, like, weird side missions like in Fallout and Skyrim.
Like,
in my
Dragon Age
opinion.
Origins is supposed to be, like, you know, it's more open, apparently, than Dragon Age 2, I've heard people say. But it really isn't that open for an open... It's not really that much of an open world game. Like, you can go a couple hundred yards, and then you hit a wall, like an invisible wall, and you can't go any farther. It's
That's why, like in Fallout, randomly you'll enter some place, and then there's fucking vampires there, and then all this crazy vampire side quest stuff happens. Like stuff like that's what I like about RPGs.
It's really open world.
Yeah, like that's the kind of RPG or open world RPG I like.
Because Origins is more like you select the level, then you're kind of in the level if you want to go to like a different location.
That's why I didn't like it that much. I was just like, I don't know. Not my kind of game.
It's like Mass Effect, though. Mass Effect wasn't really open either. I mean, Mass
Effect 1
was, but not that much.
Mass Effect just had nice combat, like, that I liked. That's probably the difference why I didn't finish the Dragon Age games. I didn't like the combat in Dragon Age. But also, it had, like, really... I mean, the characters in the Dragon Age games are good, I'm sure, but I really like the characters.
I mean, I've always liked sci-fi stuff better than...
And it was more, like, action-y, like,
stuff,
easier to hop into than those games,
Especially,
just like running around the
especially
Citadel
2 and 3.
I didn't like doing that either. Also, though, Mass Effect was, like, one of the first RPGs I got into, like, hardcore like that, so...
I remember the first one had so much, like, controversy by, like, Fox News and stuff because it had that one sex scene with an alien
I
in
remember that, yeah.
Well, that's Fox
Liara, or whatever her name is.
Liara Tassoni and whatever reviewer.
I think I was talking to Kahuna when I finally did that myself. Kahuna was like, "Oh, you're gonna do it?" I kind of remember this. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm about to do it." And then I was like, "Oh, that was like 5 seconds long."
Yeah,
what?
Everyone's made a big deal about his sex. It's like one of the first.
It fades out after a couple seconds.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "That's it." And then you have like God of War where there's tits bouncing.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, God of War that had like these titties and stuff going on.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really wish I had got God of War.
What's the game
I do now? So my young childhoodness shall be.
What's the game
finally.
I've been playing I played that was like really fucking booby and stuff? Fuck.
Oh, that was bangbros.com.
Right.
Oh,
Bone
that's
Town.
right.
Have you been playing Bone Town?
No, what the fuck?
Bone Town.
I know. Oh, I remember that.
Dead or Alive. Extreme Beach
I remember watching
Volleyball.
videos of that, but what the hell was that? Fuck.
Oh, by the way, for the cabin, do either of you have a Wii?
I have a Wii.
Do. I think my sister does.
I don't have any controllers or anything for it, but I have a standalone Wii.
It'd be,
you have a
it'd be
Wii
awesome.
that would know. What?
Yeah.
So, on the Wii store, it has this WiiWare title called Muscle March.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, I want Ralph and stuff to play it. So if either of you want to get on like your Wii or something, I can pitch in a couple dollars because it's only $5, I think.
I mean, I can get it. I just don't, I can't get it unless I buy stuff. I don't have controllers or anything.
I have
just
controllers.
I
have a Wii, but mine's cracked, and I'm like scared.
All right, I'll just bring the Wii, and you can bring the controllers, and we can buy it up there.
Yeah, I think I have 3 controllers, maybe.
I might have a couple lying around somewhere. I don't know if my sister still has it or what.
I have one of the Motion Plus controllers from Zelda Skyward Sword, and then I have 2 regular ones with nunchucks.
I took my little brother's Wii when they got a Wii U, and but I left them, all their nunchucks so they could, use it on the Wii U.
But yeah, it's a game idea for the cabin when we go down there.
Okay.
Which we're doing again this year, if anyone remembers all that stuff.
I also want to play that Zap game and make Salman do shots. I want to get one of those Zapper things.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Soundman? The shockers.
Kinda, yeah.
You're talking about the bug shock things?
No, well, there's like a game that you can play. It's like, I forget, but it's if you get a question wrong, you get shocked pretty much. But I want to make you get shocked and then make you take a shot at the same time. That'd be fun.
Why
Spill
would
it
you just
all
do
over
a
yourself.
shot? Why do you have to do the shocker thing?
Because then you get electrocuted. It makes it more fun.
Ooh.
Anyways, I gotta go
Alright.
soon, guys. So
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think that's about it for the.
You want to finish what games we're looking forward to or something?
I think
we
we
each
kind of
pick
said.
one game.
Yeah.
I got mine. I go first.
No, I go first.
Okay, but Kahuna can't go before me.
It's my podcast. So.
Okay, yeah.
So and we can't say other people's what they're
Right.
That's why I go
Obviously.
second.
You had to think of something different.
I
So
don't think
what?
Steele's gonna say mine though. So
Okay.
So let me think.
Don't
I'm
go
int-
first, Casey. I
I'm
have
int-
mine in
I-
mind. No, I don't.
I'm interested in the new game from the Dark Souls creator called Bladestorm Nightmare.
I haven't heard of it.
It looks awesome. Like the
Oh,
graphics are
lame.
great and stuff.
Dude,
and
Bloodborne was
I've been-
right there for you to pick.
I've been
You
watching.
picked
I've been
Bladestorm?
Blades. Oh, Bloodborne. I'm gonna say Bloodborne.
I'm like, Bloodborne comes out next week, and you're picking Bladestorm Magnum or whatever?
I meant to pick out Bloodborne.
Where
I've
did you
been
even get
fucking thinking-
Bladestorm from?
It sounded the same.
Are you
Wait,
serious?
did you really
bro?
think you were saying Bloodborne when you said Bladestorm?
No, I mean,
okay.
I thought Bladestorm was the Bloodborne thing.
Oh my god.
Bladestorm actually.
Man, he's
that's-
really excited for it still. He can't even get the name right.
Yeah, he's pumped. Can't wait for that game.
Yeah, I'm interested in Bloodborne. It's the new thing from the Dark Souls creators.
There
I've
you
seen
go.
it only a little bit on it, but it looks good.
Okay.
Especially what I've
Bladestorm.
heard from Casey here. So what is yours, Casey?
Persona 5. Ah!
I didn't think you were gonna say that one.
That's mine, dude.
That's-
Persona 5 is going to be amazing.
That's mine, but you're probably gonna guess mine.
I'm going to guess it's
The
some
Division.
boob simulator or something.
No.
Just Cause 3.
I'm really
Street
excited for
Fighter
this
5.
game because I've been seeing a lot of videos of it this week. Starship Citizen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
yeah.
really excited
Star
for this
Citizen,
game.
isn't it? It's just Star
Yeah, it's just
Citizen?
Star Citizen, you idiot. You don't even know the name of your game either.
Whatever.
Fucking
I was
retarded.
Oh,
close.
dude,
That
you
fucking
see the new
Blade-
Privateer game?
I was closer than fucking Bladestorm.
Yeah, you
Well,
guys
hey,
suck,
It
man.
rhymes. Bladestorm, Bloodborne.
No, it
No, it doesn't.
It
Look,
fucking
it was
is close
close.
enough.
It has the same
It's
amount of
close enough.
syllables.
It has the same amount of syllables, so
Exactly.
they have B in the name.
Yeah.
Ooh, B. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. It looks cool, and though I'm sad it's not coming out for a while, but still excited for it.
That game's going to be so overrated.
It's gonna be so fun. 100 million are dropping in that game to create it.
Yeah, and it's going to suck.
That's like
They're
a-
gonna
that's
take,
like the-
take
that's
all
like-
that money to the bank.
It's totally
and
not
going to
live up
laugh.
to any expectations
Definitely
laid out
not.
for it.
That's like a AAA game, sort of like.
It's quadruple A.
Yeah, it's like 20 A's put together.
It's like a very like average movie that a studio doesn't think it would do well in,
right.
but they still make it anyway.
Right, like Ted 2.
Yeah.
I think it'll do very well.
You
It's
know,
like a more fun
like,
Eve.
on
Or-
GameFly, I had Bladestorm selected to be shipped to me instead of Bloodborne.
Oh my god!
Wait, is
I
that
just
actu-
basically saved you, dude.
I was talking about. Oh, dude, this Bloodborne Bladestorm game is awesome.
Is that actually a game?
Bladestorm? Yeah, it looks like a kind of a Dynasty Warriors kind of thing.
You know when you said by the makers of, you didn't say Dark Souls. You said Darksiders. I'm pretty sure.
I said Dark Souls.
I thought you said Darksiders because I was like, what are you talking about?
We'll talk. I'll play it back and Sony.
You can
Vegas,
play it back. I thought you said the makers
I'm
of
pretty sure.
Darksiders.
I meant to say Dark Souls. If I said Darksiders, I totally didn't mean to say it. But interested in the new game from the Dark Souls creator called Bladestorm Nightmare.
When you said Darksiders, I was like, those guys got shut down. What is he talking about? And then
Yeah,
you said Bladestorm.
THQ.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Bladestorm? Yeah, that was great.
Bloodborne. I'm interested in Bloodborne, which is
I'll
coming
be
out
playing that too, so
next week.
I'll be playing it.
Thank you for
eventually once I have
saving
money.
me, Casey.
there you go.
Also, Batman, the new Batman game is coming out in a couple
that's
months
gonna
as
be
well. That's gonna be cool. as
And
well.
and something I thought Steele thought I was gonna say is probably Halo 5. Fuck yeah! Oh, dude, you're excited a little bit for that now after
Yeah,
playing
a
the
little
beta.
bit.
You like that beta? Don't tell me. You
Oh, you know
didn't.
what's coming out tomorrow? Actually, Battlefield Hardline.
I thought
What?
you mean
Tomorrow?
Tuesday? I thought it was
Yep.
Tuesday.
It might be Tuesday, but I mean, you know what I mean. Just coming out this week.
Oh,
Battlefield
I
Hardline. It
didn't
just looks like a
know
mod.
that.
If Battlefield had modding capabilities, that would be something that someone would make.
Still, that might be a little fun, Kahuna.
I might get it. Yeah, I thought you just said you weren't looking forward to it though.
No, but I was listening to a podcast at the store today when I was grocery shopping, and they were talking about
Was it this one?
It sounded fun. It was not this podcast. It was a different one. It was the IGN podcast.
Was it
Not
really?
on IGN, though. No. It was a guy used to work at IGN that's on it. But okay, guys, I really do got to go because I got to
Okay.
make food
You have
before
13
Walking
minutes.
Dead. I got to make food before Walking Dead.
Why
Well,
didn't
thanks
they-
for listening
that
to
fuck?
the first episode of NPC Talk,
I think it was pretty good.
which included me, Casey, Kahuna. We'll try to be regulars and stuff, but it's controlled by me, so if you're not here, I'm going to be recording it without you.
And I'm going to whore myself out. My name's Casey. I'm a rapper from Saudi Arabia. Check me out on Twitter. Steel Monkey.
Yeah, it's Steel Monkey with an A.
A-Y.
Steel Monkey.
Steel Monkey.
Yeah, he's
Kahuna.
also on YouTube. He does some stuff.
And Twitch.
Kahuna, we know him from Nuke Pixels and all that
And
stuff.
he
and-
works at Kohl's. Check him out.
Yeah. Go check him out at your local Kohl's
Yep.
today.
He's at all of them.
Probably shouldn't have said that. You might want to edit that out
Why?
because I'm in control for that shit. So I can see that coming back to haunt me.
Wow. Nah,
Kohl's is a giant company. How would they know what Kohl's you work at?
fire Kahuna.
Big Kahuna at Kohl's. We know where he is. Like, what the hell?
They can find
Paranoid.
shit out.
They know exactly where I work, and I live right above it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. We'll have another one for you in about 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Bloodborne then.
Yeah.
Me and Soundman.
We're not talking about Bladestorm?
No Bladestorm, but I'm like the newbie going into that franchise, and Soundman's the experienced one, so it's going to be a cool
That is not the same franchise, though, right?
contrast. It was not the same franchise exactly, but it's the same kind of game. So
Okay. See you guys later.
Later, bitches.
okay.
Yo, what's up? Yo,
Hey.
yo.
Yo.
All right, everybody, say tree on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tree.
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 No. Okay, that wasn't synced up at all. But whatever. You'll have fun editing.